records, you heard me?
So you are now tuned in to Wreckords Radio. My name is Alex Kuchma, and I have here with me one half of the legendary Frank and Dank, frequent J collaborator, fresh off the new album, Street Code.
Yes, sir.
Please welcome to the show, DANKERY HARV. What's good, my man?
Thank you so much for having me. It's a last minute thing. I'm out on vacation and work mode right now because we got Dilla Fest Saturday. So I'm out in California right now for Dilla Fest right now. Big show Saturday. Me and Frank and Dank, Illa J, Talib Kweli, my brother Daru. Ridiculous drummer is gonna be crazy. Raising it up for my brother Dilla. You know, Dilla always pulling strings up there in heaven, still pushing the envelope, still to this day. You know what I mean? To this day, my brother, for sure, for sure.
100%, man. And I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your day, especially during vacation. Sit with me, talk, and go through some history and go through the new records.
Yes, because you know, like when you hit me, you was like, you want to do it next week or this time. I'm like, you might as well get it in right now. It make no sense to put it off. If you have the time, I'll make the time. You know what I mean? That's just how it works. Because when you get opportunities like this to come on people's platforms, it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing. And to be picked and to be asked to sit down with a journalist like yourself in the radio, you know, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? All those things goes a long way. Nowadays, you know, it's hard for artists to really appreciate those things, man. You know what I mean? The DJs and the journalists like that. It's kind of a freaky world right now to be an artist. You know what I mean? They losing the value of these things that we was super blessed to be around and to be connected with, for sure.
Yeah, I always found that on a personal note, I think knowledge enhances art. So if your favorite album is Illmatic, for example, then you end up reading about some of the lyrical content. You read about some of the references.
Mm-hmm.
You understand the album on a little bit better of a note, just knowledge-based wise. I feel like your enjoyment of that project ends up becoming enhanced. So myself personally, I just like collecting stories. I like getting this kind of background information because it enhances the art. And I feel like that's an aspect that a lot of people just kind of disregard.
The story aspect is the biggest pillar of it all. But the biggest pillar of it all is being humble. You can tell many stories. You can tell a gazillion stories. But with the stories, if you're not a humble artist, it don't account for shit.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes you can get in a position where you do a lot of things and you feel up there, but you still got to be humble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because no matter how big you is or how high you get, you're going to come down. And when you're coming down, you're going to see them same motherfuckers on your way down. So you best to been humble and treated people correctly on your way down, because you can't stay at the top forever. We ain't been at the top and doing things like crazy. I'm give you a hell of a story. I got into some trouble when I was in Canada. I got into some shit, and I ended up having to go to the Don jail, in Toronto. And we're going into the Don jail. People was asking like, "Man, who's this guy? Who's this American nigga? Who's this American nigga in here? Blah blah blah. He's from Detroit." And the guy wins like, "Oh my God, this motherfucking Dank from fucking Frank and Dank." So people love the music. Certain songs touch their heart. Certain songs got them through. One of the joints I got called The Get Right. My brother Rich Kid produced it. A lot of men in there was like, "Yo, man, Dank, this song got me through. Here's fruit, here's water, here's juice, here's here's a phone, whatever you need, I got you. Whatever you need, I got you, my guy." It was just like that. So from dealing with the hierarchy, all the business people, and then coming down dealing with the people that's in the gutter. So I'm seeing both sides of the coin. Being in office with guys with the suits and being with motherfuckers in the streets. So I don't discredit any fucking body. I don't judge anybody from what they look like or whatever the fuck, because you never know what type of spot you might get in. So again, when I say you got to be humble with this music shit is not just the music. It's not just using your pen and writing and connecting with the beat. It's the all around aura that you have to carry. You got to be loyal. You got to stabilize yourself. You cannot be a snake. You cannot. You will not get anywhere by snaking people, being disloyal. The code, that's why I named this album Street Code, because it's a street code. Not just in the street, in the building, in the office, work, it's a code. And it's things you must do and things you cannot do. You can't be at work, put your lunch in the goddamn refrigerator and the homie go in and go on your lunch and take your apple. It's a code. You can't do that type of shit. You know what I mean? You can't be you can't have a conversation with your homie and then your homie take your conversation and tell another nigga. It's a code. It's a code. If you owe your man some money, you can't catch the nigga at the mall buying Versace and Louis. Pay your man his bread. It's a code.
Yeah.
If you doing a tour with an individual, you got to make sure your paperwork is right and your name is right so you can travel across to America or Europe. I've been in spots where I'm bringing people on tour and we damn about to go through. We about to get through the immigration, and they say, "Yo, dang, I got a warrant." You got a warrant, so why you didn't tell me this before we even got right here? So it's like that's why these albums that I made, I put out 13 albums since March, since the beginning of this pandemic.
Yeah,
and all of them have a meaning. The writing aspect, like I said, organic. That's one album. 100% pure. A new day. No games. Support.
Yeah.
Rest. It goes on and on. These things link up all together. And then to have this latest installment, Street Code, it's a code. I always lived by a code in the streets. Coming up and growing up in Detroit, it's a street code. You knew not to sell drugs right here where these other guys are selling. You knew not to be popping off, pillow talking and talking crazy about niggas because it'll come back. It's a code.
I think it just boils down to respect, right? Like almost everything you say, it's just respect other people, treat people humble. The humility aspect, it's respect.
Yes, respect is, for me, respect and blessings is a big thing because I've done a lot, seen a lot, and been through a lot.
Yeah.
And in these times now, I'm just trying to be here. I'm just trying to be here on this earth with my family and my loved ones and my closest friends. 100%. Any other this type of sucker shit, I ain't even with it. Create, work with the ones that want to work. Everybody say they want to work, but when it comes down to it, they don't. Working is not just a single or two. You gotta push the envelope. You gotta push your pen till you exhaust it.
Yeah.
You gotta connect and work with individuals that truly want to work. It's tons of producers. It's tons of DJs. It's tons of artists that you could connect with and work with. Dilla is my bestest friend, and I thank him for putting me in the game. But there's tons of fucking producers that I need to get to.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to them. It's not just a box of the legend. There's new artists, there's new producers that's coming up, and we got to cater to them. You know what I mean? And that's just it. Everybody needs a shot. My brother told me to quit my job, and I quit my damn job and never looked back. So for me to have a job is never a diss because my brother told me to quit it, to come do this music shit.
Yeah.
So at this time, if you can balance it, balance it. It's never just to have a motherfucking job. And this music shit is smoke and fucking mirrors. Motherfuckers think it's a diss to have a job and do this music shit. It's a weird thing. My thing is take care of your motherfucking self the best way that you can. If you're working, you still can do music. The music can tell you when it's time for you to let the job go. You will know. You know what I mean? It just don't, like with the music, sometimes people think it's an overnight thing. It's not. You got to stay in the trenches. We stayed in the basement with Dilla for years, 8 to be exact, until we got a major deal. We put out 12 inches and singles for the years, But for us to get an official record deal, for we just sit in the studio and record, and this is that and other, and get taken care of, that took 8 fucking years. It would have took longer. But, you know, at the grace of God, it was that time. It was that time. You know,
the amount of work is commendable. You mentioned putting out a dozen plus albums since the pandemic, but at least from a fan's perspective and kind of paying attention to the blogs and just paying attention to rap music coming out in general, I've been seeing your name kind of heavily circulating for longer than that, right? I want to say 2017, you put out that project with Transformer called Dusty Crates.
Yes.
I want to say that was the start of this run.
Well, actually, my brother Transformer, shout out my brother Transformer.
Yeah.
He came in a time where I had extreme writer's block. I was dealing with life in a weird way.
Sure.
You know when you get in a spot where you got to dig yourself out. You undone things. You're okay, but you want to get back to where they need to get back. Yeah. And he sent me some packs of beats. And it jump-started me. And we just got to cooking up. And he had some situations with Soul Spasms. Shout out Soul Spasm. And I actually told him, listen, take the deal they're going to give you. Whatever situation they're going to, you take that. And he was like, cuz, man, thank you. I said, no, it's no thank you. I said, thank you because you helped me get back into it. I'll forever have Frank and Dank. But it jump-started DANKERY HARV to do some things and get me in a Spotify and get me some notification around the table. Premiere was playing some joints and there was a lot of things popping off. But at that time, I wasn't really active on Instagram. I wasn't even active. When all these things we was doing there, I wasn't even into the marketing promotion of Instagram like I am into it now.
Sure.
So in them times, we like, fuck, man, we did so much fucking work and so many fucking albums and singles, and he was just cooking up like fucking crazy. We even got a rock group called Toxic Thoughts. Some like acid, serious rock shit that he brought me into his world.
Yeah.
Because he do rock shit too. And
what's your involvement in that project? Because I haven't heard that before. Are you rapping
it's called
Toxic?
It's like how the fuck is that? It's like it's rock. It's not rap. It's some grunge rock. Because he was doing it, and I was like, he said, I'm gonna send you these tracks and see could you fuck with it. And I fuck with it a different way. First time doing some punk rock shit. Straight, and it turned out really fucking dope. I can't even lie. We actually gonna shoot a couple videos this weekend for the shit that we had cooked up and some other shit. It's crazy you said Transform because he coming down Friday for the show for Dilla Fest, and we gonna shoot a couple videos and chop it up and just like I told him yesterday. I said we got so much music. If we got the camera guys down here, we gonna do some new shit and some old shit because we never had a chance to get the visuals to this shit. Sure. He was like, damn, that's right, cuz. I said, yo, we got tons of music and we got new shit coming right now too. A lot of new music coming that's already cooking up. It's just going to mastering now. New Dusty Crates is coming. Yeah, man, like that's what it is. Shout out my brother Transformer. That's dope. That's dope. Thank you for even tapping in on that. You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just from a fan perspective, I feel like that's when this new wave started. And then, yeah, it's just been constant work since then. But it makes sense.
I just been trying to
writer's block moment prior to that.
Yeah. Like I said, I just been trying. And at the same time, trying is just working. When you in the zone to create and you happy,
yeah,
I'm not pushing this for money. It's not this music that I'm doing. It's not about money or streams because that another. I'm just happy for once to be able to create without the dollar.
Yeah.
Without focusing on money or who gonna pay for this or what I'm gonna receive from this. I got my own fucking money. When you position yourself to make 5 different streams of money, that's the major goal. I have 5 different streams. So therefore, the music, I can relax and take it in correctly and just work and have fun with it. I haven't had fun in years since I was young creating the music. I'm back to that. I'm happy when I wake up and go in my studio and pop open a beat and somebody sent or they want to do some work. I really don't be wanting to be charging motherfuckers. So I charge them the least as possible. What I mean least, the shit that I charge, it don't be no fucking money, $200. That's just really paying for my weed. And that's just showing me how serious you is about the fucking record.
Yeah, no
my regular fee is $1,500. It ain't going nowhere. $1,500 for me, $1,500 for Frank. I tell the person, just give me $200. Just pay for my weed so I can go ahead and come in here and enjoy the time of what you got. And all I ask for any producer, just send me some shit. Don't send me half of a beat. Send me some shit. Send me the best that you have, because I'm gonna get my best.
Yeah.
I don't wanna fight over the production and have to figure out a way to put my cadence here and this, that. Just make sure it's just there. And if it's there like that, you may not even get charged. That's just how it rolls. Because if it link up and if the track married, you can waive the fee. You know what I mean?
100%. I think a lot of people associate you, and I think Frank and Dank in general, obviously, and it makes sense with J Dilla. J Dilla's name is obviously kind of legendary status at this point. You have early production,
yes,
a lot of early production by him. But at the same time, I kind of know you get asked a lot about J Dilla, so I wanted to take a few steps back and talk about kind of early Detroit rap history, just in general. What was your first kind of memory of the hip hop scene in your area growing up in Detroit?
My first scene of hip hop in my area was the crew. Like we had my brother Eshawn.
Yep.
He used to go to high school. He used to go to high school with me. This school called Osborne High School. He was one of the biggest underground rappers ever out at that time.
Yeah,
and this was in the 90s. And Kid Rock, Insane Clown Posse, they used to open up for him. They used to open up for him. So, and we used to go to these shows, and it used to be fucking crazy to see Eshawn come to school with the face paint on his face. Like, he's had this red tape, and this red tape had the wicked shit on it. It was a scary ass tape because you could play it backwards and talk all type of crazy shit. He was wicked. You know what I mean? He was the wickedness. My guy, Detroit Most Wanted. My brother Trick. Hip hop in Detroit was you get gangster shit and you get backpack shit. But before the backpack shit came through, it was all gangster shit. Yeah. Real gangster shit, real gangster, real drug dealing niggas that was rapping, did they thing, like Street Lords and shit like that. Street Lords, my brother Trick, OGs, and then you come with the GOAT Eminem, Royce the 5'9", Slum Village, My People, Dilla, T3 by 10, and a few other A-list artists that came through, Obi Trice. It was a fucking phenomenal scene. Yeah. When me and Frank got our deal with MCA, on the scene, you had D12, Eminem, Royce the 5'9", my little cousin Tracy with their crew, Frank and Dank. We was the only ones that had Obi Trice. We was the only ones that had deals in Detroit, had record deals. So we would go to this club called St. Andrews, which Eminem ended up buying, and we all just be at the club, you know. D12 and Proof, they have about 100 niggas with them. My nigga Royce, he have about 100 niggas with him. We have about 50 niggas with us, you know what I mean? And everybody it was like a sorority. It just was weird. My brother Proof had niggas drinking champagne out their hands and shit. This used to be crazy. It used to be crazy time. Even like at the studio, we all go to the studio called Studio A. Like it'd be Frank and Dank session, Dilla session, and then after Dilla session, Royce and the crew will come in. So everybody's session, we would leave something, whether it's a fifth of Hennessy, some blunts, some weed. Somebody would say, "Oh, y'all left that over there. We drunk that. Oh, we smoked that. But this is that another." And Royce and the crew used to come by the crib all the time and record different stuff. We had smoke out with their team and shit like that. Proof would come through, him and Mark Hicks. Shout out to Nine, Chop It Up with the Nine, Eminem, the whole crew. It was just a phenomenal thing. But now Detroit has shifted with more street rap now.
Yeah,
you get GT, Ice Bezel, Peasy. It's a lot of niggas that's going hard in Detroit. Ice Bezel, they going hard, and I salute all of them because it's been a long time coming. Babyface Ray, it's been a long time coming for them to do their fucking thing. So I salute the city because they turn right now. They turn. And Ice Bezel had an interview on the Breakfast Club, and I appreciated some things he said. He said, yo, the city always been turned. The city had been turned with Royce and Eminem and D12 and them and Slum. And now, it's just turned another different, it's still turned, but now street niggas is getting a chance. And the street niggas is getting a lot of chances from other street niggas that's been doing their thing and taking notice. Yeah. And real niggas Detroit and looking out. Shout out to the Bay, because the Bay is just like Detroit. The Bay and embraced Detroit like no other. Shout out Empire. Empire embraced Detroit like no other. Like Empire is one of those labels that gave a lot of Detroit people a lot of fucking love. You know what I mean? Shout out Gaza. A lot of love for connecting and linking up for people down in the D. So Detroit, I love it. You know what I mean? I love it. I love to see the city thriving. Hip hop, trap, boom bap, DJ, producer, it don't matter. I just love to see the city thriving because we deserve that. They done worked for years for that. You know what I mean? And it's good that they getting some shine and getting looked at in a positive way. It's negative ways in every fucking city, in every fucking country, all the world. Everybody got guns, everybody shoot them up, bang, bang. So ain't nobody excluded anyway, even Canada. Canada off the goddamn chain. You know what I mean? We started epidemic with these Cartier glasses. Everybody fucking wearing Cartiers. Niggas in Canada niggas in Toronto wearing Cartiers now. Yeah. A couple of my jewelers got Cartiers now. A couple of homies I'm saying like, damn, you wearing Cartiers now? What the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. You know what I mean? Detroit's one of those cities. It's tough, but then it's a lot of love. And when I mean it's a lot of love, they give a lot of love and they respect other states, other cities, and other countries. But they just want that same love back.
Yeah, sure. I think Detroit in general over the last handful of years, and as you said, it's always been turned up. It's always been kind of an active scene. But
yes,
I think in the last few years, maybe even last decade or so, we've seen a lot of, I guess, the older heads, a lot of the record diggers really kind of turn to Detroit in a serious way. You have people like Apollo Brown, you have people like Journalist 103 and The Left, you have people like Nolan.
Yeah.
These are all cats that are putting out like a very kind of particular type of rap music that's very oriented and very, very dope. And I think outside of like state New York is kind of coming with that same, on a different tip, but coming with a kind of a similar wave of music anyhow, with people like Griselda and Trust and 38 Special and I don't know, like
with Griselda. Yeah. That's a different style of New York. That's not the typical New York because they got slept on. They got slept on just as hard because they just in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And for them to be in Buffalo,
Rochester,
they brought something new to Buffalo.
Yep.
They took over. Griselda took over that New York scene with the shit, which New York had went more trap hop. They didn't go with the authentic boom bap as they used to, because Pop Smoke was the biggest going artist in New York, and he wasn't with the traditional boom bap. He did a whole nother different.
Yeah.
He reminded me of a young 50 Cent. That's what he reminded me. I don't even, when I listen to Pop Smoke, I think of 50 Cent, because he reminded me so much of when 50 Cent came out. Because I remember when 50 Cent came out, Shady Records stopped every motherfucking thing. But I mean, everything. My nigga Obi was doing his motherfucking thing, and they stopped everything. He was 2-time platinum, and they put the brakes on his ass.
Yeah.
50 Cent.
Well, too, yeah.
You know what I mean? 50 Cent G-Unit, 50 Cent G-Unit, which at the end of the day, all the aspects are respected. It's all respected. But Griselda, they did something different. They was like a underdog cult of artists that pens were sharp.
Really?
They came back, like, for me to even listen to them, we always made gritty, dirty ass music. It's always a few songs like that, but they made me get back into it like that. That's what made me pick the style of street cold beats, because of them cats. No cap. I'm not even gonna lie, because I always liked that style of music. But that style of music is a little bit dark. Yeah. It's a little bit dark and melodic. That's the perfect way. Dark and melodic. So if you can put the street talk over that with the witty hooks, holy shit! And you get the Alchemist, holy Sheila! You getting some fireballs. You know what I mean? Just like Dilla, Premier, and Alchemist all in the motherfucking same studio smoking a fucking blunt. That's some superpower shit. That's some Voltron shit. You know what I mean? Can't wait to get to those brothers. Premier, I'm coming. Alchemist, I'm coming for sure. They got Brody James. He got Brody James right. Brody James, super dope.
So good, yeah.
Super dope, man. Super dope. Super dope. Them Brody James and Alchemist, that's a hell of a combination. Yeah. I'm not even gonna hold you up. That's some dirty ass, some dirt for you. That's it's dirt. Love that. I love that combination, because that's you marry it. That's just like Alchemist and them boys. West Side Gun, they marry the shit. It's when you marry that shit, you feel it. You like, damn, let me rewind, let me take that back. What that nigga say? Take that back. Holy fuck. Just all that, just everything. You know what I mean? It got me doing certain shit that I normally beef up my ad-libs. I normally do. But it really made me beef up my fucking ad-libs in a whole nother different way. I normally go in, Dilla would cut my shit down. Like, I normally do 3 or 4 ad-libs. But after Dilla get the mix and the master, I only have a slither of one. So right now, I'm having a ball to be able to layer my shit up and go in.
Have fun.
Street Code will be out August 6th digitally. We have maybe about 46 pieces left in the vinyl, because I did some vinyl with this one right here.
Yep.
It's been a minute since I did some vinyl like this before. Shout out Digger Factory. They blessed me. I appreciate them. And I said I wanted to move and do the digital so everybody can get it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know, like, I don't really deal with prices. I'm not all that good with prices, this, that, and other. I don't like charging motherfuckers for this shit. I don't. I really don't. You know what I mean? I think all music should be motherfucking free, actually. Because it's free for me to spit it. It's free for me to get it. So, but I know everybody got to make what they got to make. This is that, and other. So my guys, so let's just do the vinyl, put the vinyl up. The vinyl, I ain't going to say pricey. It's $40 for a piece of vinyl. But it's not just a piece of vinyl. It's a collector's piece. This vinyl was all me.
Yeah.
Frank featured on one song. And I had to put Frank on this one particular song. It was Block Shit. Because I knew what Frank was going to do when he come. I already knew what the fuck Frank was going to do. I already knew what he was going to do. And if I put him on all of it, we might spend the fucking Frank and Day album and shit. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to put him right here. Then we're going to do the animation video. And that's good. But it's been getting a lot of good, a lot of love for it. And it's gonna turn up a little bit more once everybody gets a chance to get the digital just as well. So you be able to possibly maybe be able to get the vinyl if it ain't gone, but then you be able to get the digital because it'd be a little bit cheaper, and then just enjoy it. You know what I mean? Just enjoy the shit.
I'd like to keep you a little bit longer if you have some time here. I have
we kicking it. Keep going. We kicking it.
Yeah. So I spoke to Big Tona a bit back, formerly Hodgepodge of Detroit, and we were going into kind of some of the early Detroit rap history again. His group Rolling in Full Effect Lyricists, or Rifles in the 80s, and just hanging out at, like the Hip Hop Shop, Drew's, St. Andrews. I feel like Detroit's always kind of been a place where if you're a hip-hop fan, you know the city similar to how you know New York City, just from being a fan of hip-hop. You get inundated with these references. You know where 7 Mile is in relation to other places. Like, you kind of have an understanding of the geography just from being a rap fan. But growing up in Detroit, especially in the 90s, before a lot of these artists kind of popped off, but you mentioned a lot of names like your Ishan, like your, I don't know what you guys are doing with Slum Village, House Shoes, etc. Did you know at that point in time that Detroit had this kind of burrowing scene that you wanted to tap into? Or was there always that desire to just go to New York and enter the conversation there? Or did you feel like in the 90s during your kind of come up that, wait, there's a scene in Detroit that I want to be a part of this scene?
Well, I'd make it even easier for you.
Sure.
Growing up with James DeWitt Yancey, I knew he was a genius. I know James DeWitt Yancey since 1984.
Okay.
So before Beat Machine, before any of that shit, before MPC, any of that shit. Dilla used to make beats with an Ericsson turntable, double cassette with the record player on the top. He used to pause and record and make beats. So it's this rubber thing in that motherfucker they took out to slow the whole shit down. Yep. Everybody don't know that. Everybody took the story from you had to, and like nobody was fucking there when he did that. I was there when he did that shit.
Yeah.
I would link up a few of the homeboys on the three ways, like 4 homeboys on the phone, have 3 ways, and link up and put them on the thing. I'm like, yo, Dilla, play the beat. You got it? Is it queued up yet? Yeah, it's queued up. Boom, play the shit. And motherfuckers was like, yo, let's meet up at the school the next day. So it was a lot of different, like in music class, we had a music class together. I had a big ass F. He taught me how to play Eric B. and Rakim, Salt and Pepper, De La Soul, all the hip hop shit. And with him teaching me that, I learned the music theory. So we'd be taking the test. He'd be like, yo, push it, man, bam, bam. I'm like, oh, that's it. I know I got soul. And then teacher be like, Dick James, you better be quiet. And then he'd just be whispering little things, and it helped me. So this shit goes along. I wanted to go to New York just to see it, but not to be it, because we had something cooking in Detroit that was just gonna be just as good. It just was gonna take some time to get there, and the time. Shout out Brother Tip, the whole tribe. They saved my brother Dilla, and with saving him, he saved us. He ain't leave not one man behind. Everybody got in the position what they need to get in. Shout out Big Tone, that's my guy. Mad love to him. Dope MC, super dope. He do his goddamn thing. Everything is timing. In this music shit, it don't happen when we want it to happen. It happens when we keep fighting, when we keep pushing the envelope. And then next thing you know, that fucking door will open up. You know what I mean? I had many chances. I ain't just had one, many. And continues to get blessed with many chances to do shit. And the biggest chance that I got was Dilla. That was the biggest door opener. But from that door, more doors continue to open up. Like me venturing off to Canada. That was the biggest blessing. That was the biggest decision that I ever made in my life, and the best decision.
Well, let's talk about that, because when Extended Play ends up coming out,
yes,
you end up trimming down the Dilla production, but you add in there. So you had Chemo has a cut on there, DJ Chemo of the Rascals. You have Socrates, a couple features I think from Socks, and then you have Cardinal Official on there as well. So it really feels like you kind of changed your.
You got Cardinal Official on there producing and rhyming.
Yeah,
he produced the track and he rhymed. Socrates too. He sung on the hook and he produced it too.
So how'd this
shout out to all my Canadian brothers. I truly appreciate them from the bottom of my motherfucking heart. Chemo, Cardi, Socrates, and everybody that was on the album. They catered to me and Frank like we was one of their own. Like we was their brothers and we grew up with them.
Yeah.
So I'm forever grateful for their brotherhood because they brought something to us totally different. And they tried to keep it with the same sonic as Dilla would administrate. So we had to be very particular with the production and how we moved it for it to sound like our regular administrative rollout. Because we was
went up to Canada. Were you living in Canada at that period of time?
No, what happened was we did a show with my guy Jonathan Ramos. He used to do these shows called Elementos in Toronto at this club called the Comfort Zone. So we went up to the Comfort Zone and did a show with Dilla, Slum, and us with them at the Comfort Zone. We met some people, my guy Henry, Mara Beasy, and Marlon. They was managing a group called Brass Monk. Yep. So they had us come up and we would record some joints and chill at the hotel, chill at Agile's house and things like that and record and stuff. And they had ended up taking us, they took us downtown. Oh my God, they're my people. That's crazy. They're my people. Shout out Brass Monk, they're my boys. Brass Monk, Tona, which used to be Daytona back then. But we used to chill with them in Scarborough. And we'd come from Detroit, chill a couple of days, and then we'd do some work, and then we'd go back. But then what happened was they took us downtown and met with my guy Ivan. And Ivan is one of the Ivan Evidente.
Okay.
He's one of the head A&Rs at Universal Canada.
Okay.
So he was running Universal Urban, and he was doing an album. We did a song on it. And he would go to work every day and check the charts and see where we was charting at. And we was charting like a motherfucker, but we didn't have no fucking video. So it's like, how the fuck is these motherfuckers charting with Jay-Z and all these other motherfuckers? They ain't got no goddamn video. So it kind of triggered his mind. So he offered us a situation. So what we did was we did an independent label, which we had a major distribution, which that was Universal. So we put them two together, toured all of Canada, put out the records, did as much press and everything that we could do. Like whatever we could do, and kept building until we exhausted everything that we could exhaust in Canada, because Canada market is not like America. When you go on a tour, you're only getting Montreal, Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton. What's the other one?
Vancouver, West Coast.
Vancouver, you back to the crib, unless you be crafty and book all the hick towns all the way through east, and then you go west.
Yeah.
Every artist can't book all those hick towns east and west. They just go to the major ones. That's their tour.
I'm in Nova Scotia myself right now. The radio show is based out of Toronto, but
yes.
It's hard. Once you end up getting past, you're Montreal. It's not very advantageous for an artist to end up making that trip. It's like crossing the prairies. Like you can stop in Saskatoon and Regina. Saskatoon always has a bubbling rap scene.
Yeah.
Rapskatoon.
Yes.
But, it's just such a long, boring ass venture from basically, you're Toronto all the way to get to like Edmonton and Vancouver.
Right. Exactly. So with that, we figured out the travel from the east.
Yep.
We figured out to travel through the west. We put it all together, worked it for years and years to therefore you know, after a while, you exhaust the situation. And what I mean by exhaustion, you only can do that so many times.
Yeah.
So you have to take a break, figure something else out, figure out another game plan, and then come back at it. So at the same time, my partner Frank, he wanted to go to California.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go to California. My girlfriend at the time got pregnant. So we had a kid, and I said, I'm gonna stay. So I stayed, and he moved to California.
Are you still there?
California, it just changed dudes. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, is it buffering?
Yeah,
buffering?
It's a bit choppy, but I think we're good. I think we're
is
good.
Is that me or
now? So you ended up having a kid at that period of time. Frank wants to end up moving up to California. Do you end up moving out to California?
Yeah, he ended up moving to California. And so I said, you know what? I decided to stay. And with me deciding to stay, I tend to start figuring out a lot of other different ways to move around Canada.
Yeah.
In different businesses, like we have a tent, which 45 franchises. The wife Jim gave her a deal on TV, but we didn't take the deal. We took the deal behind it. Took the deal on TV, but behind the scenes we didn't take the deal. So just start moving in the different ways, just to add on new different things and new experiences.
Yeah.
So now I'm Canadian now. I'm a dual citizen now.
Oh, wow.
That was a long ass process. That's a whole nother interview. That's a whole nother interview. So yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? Thankful to be a Canadian now. I'm truly am. You know what I mean? Best decision I ever made. I swear.
It feels like that that whole kind of label situation, the release of extended play, seems to be like a very kind of mutually beneficial or advantageous, at least on your end, relationship with the label, right? So not only Universal Music, but it's put on like Soul Clap and Universal Urban that you were mentioning that Ivan was a part of.
Yes.
Compare that to 48 Hours, which was kind of a shit show in terms of actually putting out the music that you wanted to end up putting out. I know, and I guess a lot of people may not know this, but there's two real versions of 48 Hours that apparently exist. You have the version that everyone knows, but that was reworked from kind of an original template that you guys had done.
So the actual 48 Hours, nobody heard it but MCA, and the only person who got a copy of it is Questlove.
So this will that ever surface? Now that it's two things.
Okay. Questlove got a copy of it, of the original 48 Hours. In the original 48 Hours, none of the songs that's on the 48 Hours is on there. This is a whole different set.
Lyrically,
so what happened?
The beats had definitely been changed.
None of that shit. No beats, no song, no raps, no nothing. So what happened with that was, Common had a gold party in California, and they was presenting with a gold plaque. So Common asked Dilla to bring me with him so I can see this shit, because Frank had been everywhere with them and seen everything. So when they brought me, we did the gold party, and then they gave him the plaque. But then the next day we had a meeting. We had a meeting with MCA, and MCA had said that the president asked me, say, so what's the so what can we expect for the new album?
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked Dilla, and Dilla said, oh shit. So in the meeting, what happened was we sitting in the meeting, and in the meeting it's me, Dilla, Wendy Goldstein, Common, Beehive. Beehive is Jay-Z's first cousin.
Okay.
He had his management company called Between Friends. So he managed Dilla and he managed us as well. So the vice president was there too. So he sent the president. He sent everybody home. So we in this big round table, looking over Hollywood, and everybody smiling. This, that, and other. Now the question's about to roll in. So, Dilla, what can we expect from Frank and Dank? Frank and Dank new album.
Yeah.
And Dilla told him, yeah, Frank and Dank doing a whole new album. And I had to keep a straight face because this is the first time I'm hearing it. So I'm like, holy crap, like a whole new album. What the hell? I'm saying this in my head. I ain't said it out loud. I'm like, what the hell?
So the previous album was already recorded at that point, like the original.
The original album, Wendy Goldstein, the A&R, her assistant, came down to the house, listened to the music, couldn't believe it. As soon as we got back from we had their winter music conference, we had the Welcome to Detroit album.
Yeah.
We flew to Cali. So you know, Wendy came down, heard the music. It's like, oh, I'm gonna sign them ASAP. And then the stipulations, Dilla set it up for us to go first, for them to do us first. So he like, yeah, Frank and Dank gonna do a whole new album, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, holy shit, like, goddamn, okay. So after we left the meeting, I was like, yo, what's going on? He was like, fuck it, we just gonna do a whole new album. I said, really? He's like, yeah. I said, what about the songs? Fuck them songs.
Were they good songs? Like, your honest opinion. I know you're biased being the artist, but your honest opinion. They good songs? That original album? It's Dilla.
They fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
It's some of the most ridiculous music that me and Frank ever made. Because we always hungry, but me and Frank always reference this part. When we got in the truck. It's only 4 seats in the truck. And at this time, Dilla driving a 50th edition Range Rover. It's only 4 seats in the truck. Driver, passenger, and back seats.
Yeah.
Frank already had 1 seat. That front seat was Frank's seat. Nobody else is sitting in the front besides Dilla lady. Ain't nobody else in it but Frank. So I had to position myself for one of the motherfucking seats. So when Dilla came and got me and told me that he was ready to go home, tell your mama that you got to quit that motherfucking job, that was my seat. So I'm keeping my motherfucking seat. So we in them times, I'm still hungry, just like when we first took off.
Sure.
But you can hear the hunger. You can hear these songs created. You can hear the love. This shit was. You hear a young Dank. You hear a young Frank. You hear it. You hear this twitchy voice that made the fans fall in love with the shit.
Yeah.
That's what made Dilla fall in love with it. Because it's a particular way how Dilla used to put me in the pocket for my voice to be a particular way. Yo, it's time to get it crackin', lady. You ain't did this before, then you graduate. Till the next one with Frank and Dank. Party filled with fine women, Dank and drink. Try to get them to take their clothes off. And then me and my mans take our clothes off. And shake it all the way down to our diamonds and socks. Dank, baby, you can kiss me on the shiniest spot. But first, you must take them clothes off. When Dilla put that motherfucker in the pocket, that made the whole fam and the crew just go crazy and shit. So, and then it spread out to all the fans and all over the world. That's what's his specialty. So that music, my brother, is some crazy dope art.
Is it the same direction as what we ended up getting on 48 Hours in terms of kind of stylistically?
A little bit, but this shit was.
Because 48 Hours ends up being a little bit more, I don't want to say party-esque, but there's there's a level of funness to it, right? It's a level of
see 48 hours was fun.
Okay.
It was our first chance to make a record without any stipulations. It was on us.
Sure.
And what I mean by on us, all three of us together. We could have used the other 48 hours, but Dilla made it in a sense where we have to be there working. Because we used to go to the studio every day from 9 to 6. That's me and Frank's session. And then from 6 on is Dilla's session. So he set it up for us like for real deal artists to go in and work and create. We booking 30-hour blocks and crazy ass shit like that. And just we'd get frustrated because we couldn't even block shit. You know what I mean? So that actually pushed Dilla to make the studio in the crib because we couldn't get enough time in the studio to fuck with the shit.
Wow.
But that music was magical. It was. That's when Dilla first started smoking weed. That's when I showed him how to roll a blunt. When I first showed him how to roll a blunt and smoke that motherfucking weed, we did a song called City Lights. The most craziest song fucking ever. That was the first time Dilla ever smoked a fucking blunt. Just imagine a producer in that type of caliber first smoke some fucking weed. You know all the shit he hearing? And
yeah.
He was facing this way towards the board. When he turned around, he was like, dang, I'm fucked up. Man, watch this. This is his exact words. Yeah. Dang, I'm fucked up. I'm about to fuck shit up now. I hear all types of shit. I said, what? He said, man, I hear all types of shit. He got the turning, the knobs, and this motherfucking song, City Lights. I swear to God. Oh, I swear to God on my life. It's one of the dopest sonically from top to beginning. A super official presentation of Frank and Dane. And one day everybody gonna hear these rhymes and this music because all of those rhymes and beats they married. A couple of songs that like Tip did. We did a song. Tip used the same beat on his album Amplified. Go Hard. Me and Frank fucked that beat up, but he rapped on it different. He changed the things on it, but me and Frank fucked that beat up. We let Camp Low hear that shit. Them niggas was like, yo, we took them out to the club. They came back. They was on Dilla ass. They was like, yo, Dilla, hey, man, we need some of that good club shit like you gave Frank and Dave, man. Yo, we need that good club shit, man. Man, these niggas just played this shit in the truck. Hey, man, we need some shit just like this. Dilla made this beat for them. I wanted this motherfucking beat. Me and Frank wanted this beat bad as hell. This beat was crazy as hell. They actually, them two, got into a big time argument, almost a fight over who was gonna go first on recording on the track. Because the beat was so crazy. They was like, no, I'm going first. He's like, no, I'm going first. No, I'm going first. No,
what happened to that? Did that go on the Camp Low project or?
Yeah, it went on the Camp Low project. So I don't know what's the name of the track that Dilla did for him, but I don't know if it ever came out, but they came down to the city with their management, booked the studio time. They was listening to some beats. They didn't really find nothing. So me and Frank took their ass to the club, we played them our demo, played them 48 hours. And niggas was like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Shit. I'm thinking about doing the verses. I'm about to hit the people verses, maybe doing some verses between Camp Low or Lil Brother. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Everybody like that Dipset, what's it called? I think me and Frank go fuck some shit up. We go ahead and do something like that. You know what I mean? Or we might do it, pop it off like this. Let Camp Low and Lil Brother come together, and Slum Village and Frank and Dane come together and go for the smash.
That'd be amazing.
I think that'd be super litty. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna keep you posted on that. We talked about it first. Right here. We talked about it first right here live. For real.
So in 2013, Delicious Vinyl announces that they're going to end up doing kind of a re-release, a deluxe version of 48 Hours. And I'm quick on the pre-order. I pick it up, and I think everyone was hoping that original 48 Hours was going to end up being on there.
Oh no!
Are we ever going to end up getting that original 48 Hours? Is it ever
okay?
going to end up getting a real?
So back to that. It's two combinations.
Yeah.
And one of the combinations, Questlove got one of the combinations. We have to get to Questlove. You have to get into a storage and really look for the actual demo tape, because Dilla would give certain people me and Frank demo tape. And Questlove was one of the people who he gave the demo to.
So you don't have any master reels or anything for that project?
No, this was just old school ADAT shit.
Okay.
This was like this is back in the day. Just like this shit right here, this like two songs a night for 8 years straight. So you can do the math on the record, how many records that is.
Wow, yeah.
2 songs a night for 8 years straight until we came out of the basement. So every night from the strip club. So we stayed at the strip club for 8 years straight. That was Dilla thing. That was his office. So after the strip club, between 1 to 10, we're gonna lay something like no less than 1 song a night for 8 years, 7 days a week. There's no fucking day off. That man say, "Yo, you got some shit? Put the head. Y'all got some shit? Okay. I see y'all in the morning. Shit, we working to the sun come up. He upstairs chilling with his wifey. He chilling. You know what I mean? He already made the beat for us, went out a good time, got fresh, ate good, smoked good. Now it's time to work. 8 years straight. So Questlove is one combination, and it's another guy that has it. I tried to get it from him. He didn't want to give it to me. So hopefully, that he ain't got a blessing in his heart and he ready to let go of my music, because it's not his and shit. You know, it's one of the old unks that got the music, you know what I mean? But I think it might be time for him to let it go. He might see a different way that he want to let it go. You know what I mean? Because I tried to get it. I did. And he didn't want to give me the music. So I told him straight, I don't give a fuck. Let it sit. And if you touch it, you do anything with it, I'm going to sue the drawers off of your ass. Period. So that's it. So that shit just been sitting for years. So, man, Frank don't give a fuck about it. He just let it sit, you know. But hopefully, you know, like I said, hopefully he has some love in his heart to let it go now. You know, because it's been some time, it's been some years. You know, we was a little bit younger, a little bit older now. So, you know, business is business, you know. And it's sad where people that don't have nothing to do with shit have their hand in the pot.
Sure.
And holding things that you wasn't there when we created this. You should be honored to want to bless us with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, with that music, it's not about money. That music is a blueprint. And the blueprint is to tell me what the fuck we was doing. Me and Frank and Dilla was doing in that time. I need to hear it all cohesively. It's something in there. It's a message. It's a message, because we did it so together, where it was a team effort. And it's, like I said, some of the dopest fucking music, me and Frank. Everything is blessed. Everything is dope, and I appreciate all the music I've done. But those 8 years in that music, man, fuck. If MCA if Dilla would have gave them that shit with them samples, man, I don't even know how it would be right now. I don't know.
MCA is the other piece of that puzzle, right? You mentioned that Questlove had a copy, and then you mentioned MCA had a copy. Now, rest in peace, MCA. But what happened with that copy? Like, does this escape?
No, with that, not MCA, not MCA. Somebody else that was a part of the family has the music.
Okay.
They was a part of the family. They're not a part of the family no more, but they have it. Okay. At one point, Frank had it all. He had all of it, all the ADAS. He had all of it, but he left it because he didn't think that that was going to be, that something was going to happen. Sure. So something happened, and the individual still has it.
Okay.
So, like I said, I wanted to retrieve it. I went to retrieve it, and he said he was going to give it to me. But then when I went to retrieve it, he said he wasn't going to give it to me. He switched up. Like, I called him uncle too. I called him uncle for time. You know what I mean? And he even told me, "Hey, I'm not your uncle." I'm like, holy shit, really? See, with calling someone your uncle, that's giving them a line of respect, especially when it's an older gentleman. Especially when you've been around them, you gave them game and gave them tips and gave them a way to see things a different way because they couldn't see it. So it's a line of respect. When he say, "Yo, I'm not your uncle," I'm like, damn. Kind of peach me. Kind of peach. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. Okay, sir. So let's get to it. Well, I can't give it to you. What? No, I can't give it to you. Really? I said, okay. All right.
More music.
No problem. So if you're not giving it to me, don't think you're going to slick me and backdoor me and put my shit out. Then we're gonna have a real problem, and I don't want that type of problem because I ain't in that type of headspace no more. I'm not into that. I'm not into that world no more. Shit, I don't. You know, I'm. When you bless, you try not to think of those old ways and those old fuckery things that you'll be moved in and doing. You know what I mean? So at the same time, I told him, "Yo, just keep that shit. We try to put it out and sue the draws off of you. And I have enough money to sue you. Period. You won't have shit." Nothing. I take everything you fucking got. And I'm not even bullshit. Let it sit. Like Frank said too, let that shit sit then. You let it sit for another 10 years then. Fuck it. So you ready to let a nigga shit go then? And the funny thing is, MCA gave us the masters. Ain't that a bitch? They gave us the masters for 48 hours. And didn't give a fuck if we wrenched damn near $700,000, didn't have to pay shit back. And then some other goof don't want to give me my fucking music and ain't spend no money like that. MCA spent $700,000. We didn't have to pay them nothing back. And they gave us the masters for that 48 hours to do whatever the fuck we want to do with it. That's like, I hear people having horror stories with the industry. Yeah. But my ride in the major shit it was bad because we didn't get a chance to roll yet.
Sure.
Now, if we'd have put out a couple of records and did some things, it'd have been different. But when you a new act and you coming upon a label and they merging with somebody else, you getting shelved, nigga.
Yeah.
You getting shelved. They got other artists to situate and get situated. That and sold shit for they label. You ain't doing shit. Yeah, I gave you this money, but I don't give a fuck because it's a tax write-off. It ain't bothering me next time. Now, if I get back to the thing, whether it was reject or okay, we rejected the project or whatever, how the fuck you want to call it, he was still in there. Everything still could have worked. But the whole thing was the merger. Everybody got through off of the ship. The president did the A&R job now. Fuck, everybody gone. You know what I mean? So, you know, in these times and this shit, it's a dirty game. And hopefully, like I said, we be able to let everybody hear this real one, this real 48 hours. Because that one, Dilla sampled like a motherfucker. He chopped up shit. It was crazy. Like some of the dirtiest samples and shit. Yeah. See that one right there? That's Dilla sampling himself. That's what he did. He sampled himself with that. He went to the music store and rented all different types of instruments and percussion and shakers and all types of shit every fucking day. He playing keyboards, synthesizers, and he's sampling himself. He looping himself. That was his best. That was him cutting out the sampling shit.
That's crazy because we think of Dilla as like as a musician with the drum pad, right, with an MPC and the shit that he's able to do with that one instrument. But thinking of Dilla as more than that, and kind of as an all-encompassing musician that can play real instruments, is not something I think a lot of people really realize about Dilla.
No, hell no, because that was a secret hitting thing. You have to know him to know that he played all them fucking instruments. I know that shit because I went to motherfucking music class with him. Shit. He played everything. Trombone, trumpet, violin, cello. He loved the cello. He loved the violin. Piano, played the piano like a motherfucker, drums, all that shit. Like I say, if it wasn't for that nigga coming to that goddamn class, I'd have got a big ass F. I swear. But that nigga came in the door with his briefcase. I'm like, yo, what you doing? He like, Dank, what you doing here? I'm like, man, I took this class because I didn't want to go to gym. Because in our gym class, we had to take a shower. And he used to be some weird ass man, you know, giving niggas towels. So I was like, nah, man, I'm not taking the shower. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not taking this shit, man. Fuck this shit. You know what I mean? So we was kids, you know. And so I said, fuck it, I'm going to take the music class to, I think I'm just going to be playing some drums, just playing around and shit. Hell no, it was not that type of party. This was real motherfucking music class, real fucking music theory and everything. I said, oh my God, what the fuck did I get in myself into? God damn, I should have just took this gym, shot some hoops, ran some track, climbed the rope. I could have did all that shit. I'm physical fit, fuck. I just did not want to take that shower and shit. The niggas was weird as hell and shit. And all along, as years went on, those was the ones that was pedophiles in the schools with that type of shit. As you was a kid, you didn't pay attention to that crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just being a kid and shit. But I had a sense like, no, I'm not doing it. He like, no, I wasn't going to gym class, neither, fuck that shit. But that music class was hard as hell. But once he showed me, set me down at that piano, I can remember just like it was the other day. And he played Salt and Pepper Push It on the piano. And that motherfucking Salt and Pepper Push It had so many damn notes in it. He's like, remember the notes, nigga. Remember the notes, dang. Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's do Paid in Full. Bum 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 bum. All on piano. Hell of a note. Yeah. You got a test Friday. Bum 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 bum. I'm like, oh shit. Now push it. James, you better cut it out. Hey, I'm a microphone fiend. I'm like, oh my God. I got a B+. I was like, thank you, my nigga. I told you, just remember the key. Remember the notes. Just remember the notes, my nigga. Next thing you know, I'm at the motherfucking Winter Music Conference with the fucking cello. I'm like, oh my God. My mama like, hell no. Girl, would you see this shit? Oh my God. That's my son right there with the cello. That's him. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, holy fuck. You know what I mean? This nigga Dilla laughing and shit. Like, you know what I mean? But real shit, my brother. Real. You know what I mean? Classic shit, man. Classic.
So fast forward here, 2021, you're putting out a bunch of different projects, but the new album, I gave it a spin today. For those listening at home, new project out with Crystal Camino called Street Code. And yeah, man, I really, really like this project. Now, I've been checking occasionally the stuff that you've been dropping. I probably have missed a couple projects, but I have listened to some. I listened to Support and No Games. I think both of those came out earlier.
Okay. See, No Games with Tommy Vamoose and Bobcat the Legend. Bobcat the Legend did Rest, and Tommy Vamoose did No Games. And with those two brothers, I had to get to them because they kind of similar with they boom bap. They are traditional boom bap cats. You know what I mean? They make that classic boom bap. So I had to reach out to both of them and see what's they schedule open for us to jump around. And those brothers is dope as hell. My brother Big O, he did New Day, crazy producer. My brother No Casino, we did 100% Pure, crazy producer. My cousin Stems, crazy producer. Everybody just went in. But this one, like, with my boy Crystal Camino, this one is like, I've been waiting for this one.
I think this one is
special.
I think this is your most, like, at least out of the projects I heard, and again, I probably missed a few in this run of projects you put out. I think this one ends up being probably the most consistent and rugged album that we got.
I appreciate that.
On a production tip, because it's interesting. Like, I think my favorite track off this project is Rough Talk. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of really dope cuts on here. And again, I'm just hearing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Give it a little bit more attention, but Rough Talk on there is amazing. But it's really, you mentioned earlier kind of this darker tone, but yeah, it's very menacing. It's sludgy. But at the same time, the samples that he's flipping, I don't know if it's like this kind of distorted synth. I'm not a musician myself, but there's something that's kind of experimental and off-kilter about every single one of these beats that makes it really exciting. But it's this.
Oh, man, that's dope. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's super dope, man. I like.
How'd you link up with Crystal Camino? Because I only heard the shit. Okay. My experience with Crystal Camino is very, very limited. I had to go back and look it up, but the only thing I've ever heard from Crystal Camino before this project was he was on a Recognize Ali project that came out last year. He was on a song called Motherfuckers Know. And going back and re-listening to that song, you can tell it's the same producer. It has the same kind of ingredients. But musically, I think there's so much growth on this project. These beats are so much more complex. It's kind of hectic, right? There's a lot of shit going on.
There's a lot of shit going on.
How'd you hear of Crystal Camino?
There's a lot of shit going on with the productions. A lot of shit going on with the vocals. There's a lot of shit going on with the ad libs. It actually just brought out something that I was waiting to do with every album that I've done. Every album that I've done with everyone, they had a little of what Crystal had. All of them. They didn't have all of it. They had their own thing, but they had a little bit.
Okay.
So I had to actually really dig into each of my producers' packs to really find myself into their thing, because they traditional producers. Nobody is the same. Everybody is special in their own right. But I still had to find myself into their thing. And with finding Crystal, I just happened to been going through the gram. And I don't know, in my feed, I was like, I don't know if I was talking to myself or something, and then this shit just came in my feed. It'd be some weird shit with Instagram. Like, I'll be talking about a fucking Mercedes or something. Next thing you know, in my feed, it's all fucking Mercedes and shit. It's like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck.
Google AdSense.
But he popped up. Popped up. And I went through some ones. I was like, damn, this shit is dirty as fuck. And I was stuck on the page for a couple of days. And I said, let me reach out to him.
Wow.
And I reached out to him. They sent me a pack, and I was working on the album actually. And I worked on that album and I worked on that shit at the same time. So I was double timing. And I actually finished his shit first before I finished the actual one I was actually about to get ready and put out. Because everything was fucking there. Like, I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, get me a tea, get the pack together, and just get to listening and get to writing. Paraselling everything down. The hook in and I might be finished by, I may start at 5, maybe finish by 7. And then just let it breathe. The whole pack that he sent was fucking was fucking crazy. It's like a lot of songs it's a few songs I didn't even put on it.
Yeah.
Because I was just trying to keep it just this, that, and another. So with them now, we locked in. We locked in a whole nother different way. After I finished these couple of projects, things that I said I was going to do, then now it's a whole nother fucking anarchy now. It's a whole nother motherfucking. I shouldn't even be saying this, but I'm saying it now. So when motherfuckers see the interview, it's a whole nother fucking anarchy now. I already got the guide where I need to get the shit done now.
Yeah.
Sonically, not no, because it's like this. The production is one thing. They know how to get me in the pocket.
Yeah.
And when I mean in the pocket, it's a particular thing how Dilla do my vocals. I haven't had this did in quite some time. And my guys, so we got a new song that we put with the digital. It's called Free Game. I'm shooting a video tonight for it tonight. It's fucking crazy. Shooting a video tonight in California at the classic Hollywood High School. You ever heard of Hollywood High?
Hollywood High, just from skate videos.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes, so I'm shooting it. They got this crazy ass mirror on the front.
There's a crazy step.
Yes, that's what I'm shooting on the steps, right? Exactly, I'm shooting right there. I'm fucking it up. So this song called Free Game. So we had put an extended beat on the vinyl. We had put an extended beat, and I did something over the beat. And he was like, "No, dang, we're gonna flip that bitch." I said, "Okay, flip it." Okay. I thought that beat was crazy. I thought I was doing something to that. I did. I thought I did something to that. No fucking way. No fucking way. Oh, no. When they sent me this shit back before I left, I almost didn't go to work. Friday, seriously, I almost didn't go to work. I smoked 3 spliffs before I went to work. So I was blowing on my transit to go on to work. I listened to it all the way till I got to work. I had on my mask and my do-rag. Motherfuckers thought I was about to rob a bank. And motherfuckers like, yo, why this nigga keep nodding and shit? Like, what the fuck? Motherfuckers were scared and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's weird. I'm just in the zone. I'm just in the zone. And I hit the song. What they did to it is exactly what you just said. Everything you just said, when you hear this shit, you're going to be like, yo, dang, you was fucking right. They did it exactly to the song. It's like a synthesizer, some type of effect. It's so fucking dirty.
Great.
So I got a little warm-up video I'm just gonna put out in a minute, just for right now, until I air the real video, the 6th. But this new song, Free Game, is dope as hell. It's super dope. And I like we locked in. It's gonna be a new anarchy. We're already doing a new situation. We're doing the paperwork already. We're gonna do a deal. I'm just gonna do a deal exclusive with them, and that's it.
Man, it's
gonna ram over his shit. That's just gonna be the full house. I'm gonna bring in with they shit. I'm gonna bring in different producers to add 1 or 2, but overall, they gonna cross check everybody's shit when I'm doing it now, because I truly like how the mixing and the mastering. Holy fuck! Like holy fuck! I damn near forgot how good it feels to have it slid in there like that. I almost, because I'm gutter. It's okay. When I'm hustling, doing it myself, it is what it is. I like to depend on people. This is that. And looks, I have a tight deadline, and I don't want to feel hurt because somebody couldn't fulfill what they need to fulfill. So I don't give that person that weight. I just do it myself. Do it so that way I can, and it's good. You know what I mean? So now we got a whole nother different flex now. We got a whole nother different flex. Timing, everything is all on point. So it's gonna fuck everybody up all the way to the fullest now. It's got to be super lit. Super lit. Yeah.
Man, yeah. It's an incredible project, and as you said, it's not just on the production tip. Like the way that you ended up kind of fitting in that groove just works. Like the confidence, the bravado,
my guy,
the way you're rhyming on this shit. It sounds like you're just. Few MCs have this ability to just kind of talk to the audience and shit sometimes happens to rhyme, sometimes it doesn't, but it just kind of sounds dope, and they're just talking to you directly. I think, I don't know, there's MCs like J Live, I think is a great example of an artist that just kind of talks to you, then his shit happens to rhyme and it sounds great. I think this project maybe sounds a little bit kind of like a Rock Marciano type shit. But
shit. Shout out Rock Marciano, my guy. Blessings, man.
I talk about Rock Talk, but wow, like what a joint. And there's so many tracks on here that are really, really great, but it's just like, it's this conversation that you're having with the audience that I think is unparalleled.
You know what, my friend, I truly appreciate this time. You set it off in a whole nother different way. You gonna make me go there now. You gonna make me go there because that's what it is.
Yeah.
The confidence. I've been doing it too long. I've been happy. It's been blessed. It's been ups, it's been downs. It's been good. So that confidence part that you say right there, that you hear, the talk, it is a conversation.
Yeah.
It's not so much of it's a rhyme, but it's a conversation that I'm trying to bring across to the people. It's everyday life. I'm just going back off into my black book and things that I've done, that I've seen, that I've been a part of. I can't. I'd be a damn fool to sit up here and lie and say that I wasn't a part of that, or I didn't do that. Is I'm going find it? No, but I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did move breaks. I did fuck with that type of shit. I did, and people fucking around me all the goddamn time. I'm from the east side of fucking Detroit. Yes, there's tons of guns. Yes, my motherfucking mother boyfriend was a hitman. Yes, in the closet it was bags of guns. No, she didn't let us play with them and shit. No, she didn't. No, we had to move from different areas because if not, we'd have turned into drug dealers. Yes, we had big narcos in the hood. Narcos is undercover police. All these things. I'm not saying this is my life now. These goes into a book. It's a book.
Yeah.
In time, with the right music, you can paint these pictures and take some people into this world. That's all it is. It's not I'm out here killing people or shooting people, or I'm on the block with this is that. Nah, fuck no. I already had my time on that. I done it. It didn't work. What can I say? Either dead or in jail. Fuck. That's the odds. But you can't stop an individual or hate an individual or feel away because somebody else did it or wasn't involved in it. That's some sucker shit. If I lived in the suburbs and I didn't have to deal with no fucking fuckery around, and thank the Lord, thank you.
Yeah.
But I can't say that. In my circumstances, I didn't stay in the suburbs. I had friends that did. I had friends that didn't. I wasn't the one. My mother did what the fuck she could. She worked hard. My father passed when I was 13 years old. Once that happened, I was fucked. Yeah. There wasn't no other man to show me a direction, so I didn't get in fucking trouble. My mother stayed at work. So these things, this is what I mean by being humble and never judge an individual or what they did or hate because an individual had a particular lifestyle. If you didn't have to go through that shit, be happy.
Yeah.
Fuck. I got shot when I was motherfucking 15 in the leg just for going to a fucking party. Like, what the fuck? Thought I was dead. Shit. Nigga shot the whole fucking party up.
Brutal.
And I'm just a hip-hop dancer, just going to steal some hip-hop moves. Ain't that fucked up? Yeah. Paid $1 for everybody to get in. I just wanted to dance. And niggas went like that. But at the end of the day, it's, like I said, it's come back with being humble, appreciating life, and appreciating the journey, and being able to paint these pictures, certain pictures, real life. Everybody has been through some shit. Whether you stand in the suburbs or not, it might have been a different type of fucking struggle. And nobody can't say you can't speak about it or talk about it. Oh, this nigga ain't living this, that, and other. I'd be a goddamn fool to say so. That's not fair. if it's for me to say, oh, you ain't working hard. Oh, that nigga don't know he talking about no journalist. This nigga be on stand up. For what? Why would I be like that?
Sure.
But that's what the world come to when niggas is do that type of shit. It's just weird. But that's why you just gotta go on and keep going hard with your story, because nobody's story is the same.
100%.
You know what I mean? Nobody's story is the same. Not at all.
Man, I love this project. And again, for those listening at home, the project is called Street Code. Crystal Camino Camino on the beats. Yourself there.
My nigga Crystal. I got to say Crystal. All you got to say, you know what time it is. My cousin Crystal. Yo, them brothers, honestly.
So good.
Crystal,
I love that it's getting a vinyl treatment too. That is really important. I think it speaks to the, again, confidence that you have in the project. Because not everything's getting the vinyl treatment these days, but this one is. And I love the artwork. Who did the artwork for that? The visuals?
One of the homies that Crystal, I can't think of his name right now. I'm so bad with fucking names. One of the homies did the artwork. But all the team is from Crystal. Gotcha. From the artwork to from the producers, it's 5 of them together from Europe to Montreal. You know, they stick together. They just do their thing, man. Like, I'm blessed and feel honored to link up with these brothers. They got the animation crew. They do some hologram type of shit too. They got this crazy ass app. It's called Playground. You can get in the Apple Store. You can make beats on this motherfucker DJing. It's fucking crazy, man. It's some fucking crazy ass app that they made and shit. So we about to make this crazy ass app for Street Code just as well too. Some crazy. I shouldn't be saying all this, but man, fuck it.
I can't wait to be able to get my copy of the record in hand. It looks like a beautiful product anyhow. I love the artwork, and I love exactly what you're doing, man. I can't wait to keep checking out more of this work. Like I said, and we've talked about this here in this conversation, but you're on a roll right now. You're putting out project after project after project, and I know you're promoting right now, but what is kind of the plan for the rest of the year and going into 22? Are you going to continue this streak, or are you kind of putting a pause on things and letting?
Oh fuck no, we about to turn it up even more. Okay. I got a new position. I'm doing some A&R work at I Am Music right now. They located in Canada. My boy Steve Clark, so I'm doing some A&R work over there.
Okay.
Got my son Main Soul. Got some new work, a new project for him coming out. It's gonna be an all Canadian produced project. All Canadian producers on this shit. I'm going for the top shots. Top shots is coming out. I'm bringing the top shots out. I'm bringing the mans in them out.
I seen you do that track with Ace on Eastwood, Native of the North.
Oh, fuck.
Wow, that Ace on Eastwood is one of my favorites right now from Toronto.
My brother Ace on Eastwood. Let me talk about him right quick. Ace on Eastwood is one of the humblest motherfuckers in Canada and one of the dopest motherfuckers in Canada and in the world. I'm not just gonna say Canada. He's a dope artist. He ain't up and coming. He been doing this thing. And his crew, they've been putting out shit. They've been putting out a lot of crazy ass vinyl. They've been putting out a lot of crazy ass vinyl. You know what I mean? That guy, he works. He worked like a motherfucker. Salute my brother, salute him. My cousin Wiz did some work with him. They going ham. Him and his whole team, they go ham. All hands down. I holler, reach out to him. We chop it up on the back end. I give him all the blessings that's there, for sure. I support him in any ways you can. He just real. Just a real guy, man. Real guy. My brother Nav, he did the production on that. Navy the North. Shout out my brother Nav. Crazy coming up. He doing a lot of different shit. Been busting down a lot of doors, working with a lot of different artists. He reached out to me. Ace was supposed to been done some shit, but I just been trying to find the right one. I was going to actually put him on Street Code.
That would have worked well.
Because that would have fit his element. Yep. But when we already had wrapped it up, they was like, let's just wait to the next one, dang, because this is already wrapped up. So I was like, okay, so the next one for sure, I'm getting them on the next joint that I'm doing with Crystal and them. And Nav was like, yo, I got this track with Ace INC. You want to jump on this? And he sent it to me. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. Let's do this. Let's do this. So it went perfect. Let me talk my shit. My nigga, he talked his shit. So I couldn't do nothing but come right behind him and talk that shit. How many homes you want? You niggas be lying. Get the fuck out of here. Niggas be lying. Niggas be capping. You know what I mean? We don't be capping. We own all our shit. Period. We own our home in Toronto. There ain't no renting. No. You know how much it costs to live in Toronto. Own one of them bitches. Yeah. Hard press. Then we get across the Atlantic Ocean. There's another one right there. You know, a lot of hard work. My wife my wife work hard. The family work hard. We work hard. Shit. I don't be trying to stun and brag on niggas, but sometimes you got to bring out the bag and let them know what it is. Because sometimes niggas get it twisted and think you sitting on your hands. You know what I mean? So when they sent me the track, I said, oh, cousin Ace INC's going in. Oh, no. What'd he say? Niggas look pushiest with the sad face and the clowns. Yeah. I know y'all gonna cap now. Yeah. Yeah. Tell him, Ace INC. He told him. He ain't lying. That nigga's a visionary. Let me tell you this. That nigga's a visionary. And when he talk his shit, you feel it. So I said, oh. I said, oh. I said, wait. I paused the track. I said, let me go get a loud pack. I had to go get a loud pack. Everything was canceled. I wasn't doing shit for the rest of the day. So I could sit and listen so I could get in there. The little, it wasn't even really a hook that he put in there. It was just really his cadence for the last ending of it. I just rolled it off of there. We ain't need no hook on that bitch. Bam. Video coming soon too. When I get back, we shooting a video for that motherfucker. Didn't shoot it because Nav was gone too, and my son, he normally shoot. My 16-year-old normally shoot all my videos and shit. That's my videographer and shit.
Where's Nav out of? Is he Canadian too or no?
He Canadian too. He live in Toronto too. Yeah, so he on vacation just as well. And I was leaving, so we was like, fuck it. Another one of the homies gonna shoot it, so we just set it up. When we get back, pop it off, and everybody get ready for power coding. You know how that powder go. Damn. For sure, my brother. Damn, you brought up the joint. Woo!
Man, shit, it's just like, it's dope music after dope music, man. Everything that you guys are putting
I appreciate that.
I love Ace INC, I love Daniel's son, Finn,
them guys,
Future Wave.
Future Wave, yeah, they like honestly, I love what they've been doing for quite some time.
Yeah.
Because somebody had to really get in the game and get dirty in this motherfucker and really pick up on the vinyl, honestly. And they done a phenomenal job with this shit. They shit is beautiful. The songs is beautiful. The songs is beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. I love the movement of what they doing. You know, you gotta respect and get niggas they flowers when they doing good, not being a sucker and hating on the sideline and trying to poke holes at what they didn't do. Salute. That's how you build. You know what I mean? I could never be a sucker or hater on any man who pushing it for the culture, who putting out good shit. It ain't the regular shit that niggas do. And it goes back again. Everybody, when we be spitting this shit, it's not to say that you got to live this shit right now. You got to been in the field to be able to administrate this shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then when you administrating it, you painting the pictures, you making the songs top quality, you got visuals. The visuals is just for your people to see you. It ain't gotta be, we ain't gotta go fucking classic 1999 Puffy Bad Boy, Hype Williams and all this, that, and the other. We ain't gotta do all that. We ain't gotta have 4, 5, 6, 7 takeaways, this, that, and the other. Just get to it. Just be creative and get to it.
100%.
The artwork now is top notch. You appreciate getting that vinyl and open up that sleeve and seeing this crazy shit. I'm so happy I'm so happy when I get to the crib, I should have me a couple copies so I just can look at it like, damn, a new one. You know what I mean? Damn, I did. You know that shit going on the wall. That's fast.
Room, but I got
ASAP. That shit going on the wall ASAP.
Every single record
You know what I
that
mean? You know what I mean?
I pick up. Daniel's Son, I pick up. Future,
That's dope.
all that shit. Lord Juco, I pick up. Right? It's a movement, man. That vinyl.
Yeah,
is
you got, like I
really
said,
cool.
you gotta respect and salute brothers that's working, that's doing it. If you don't, you a sucker. You a sucker for what? Sit back and hate because somebody is doing it correctly. Salute and keep working. And you add on just as well. Shit. It got to get pushed for the culture. Somebody got to do it. If you can't get to it, somebody got to get to it. We need it. You know what I mean? They don't want us to have this hip hop shit to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So that's the full moment. Appreciate them brothers. They go hard. They got nothing but love from DANKERY, HARV, and the crew over here. You know what I mean? They're my guys for sure. 1,000.
Man, I said this at the beginning of the call here, but I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your day to speak to me.
Man, I appreciate it. This has been a phenomenal interview. I really appreciate you, my brother. You need anything, you holler. Holler. Holler loud. Holler. Hit me with your email. I want to send you some joints. I want to send you some off the cuff shit. You know what I mean? Some just put in your catalog just to vibe out to. Got some friends over, like I got some exclusive. Boom. There you go. For sure, for sure. You know I do that for my people. One love.
I'd love to be able to hear some stuff. I'll get my email to you through Kelly, and we'll definitely be able to do so, man. I'd love to be able to chop it up with you again in the future whenever you have new work.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yes, I got something coming soon. I'm cooking it up right now with my brother DJ Raider. It's some new shit. It's dirty. It's dirty. I'm just trying to get I gotta wait for a couple of features come back, and then we good. Shout out my brother Big Stretch. Shout out my brother DJ Nana. Shout out my son Main Soul. Shout out OVO 40, DJ Quantum, African Hustler, the whole crew, Slum, Frank Nitty, Dilla, you know, the whole family, man. You know what I mean? For sure.